Hi guys, it's me again, Dr. Gator Bredovitas, and this video is especially dedicated to pregnant mommies out there. I decided to make this video because I received an overwhelmingly positive response dun sa first video na ginawa ko on pregnancy skin. And I've been receiving a lot of questions about other things and specifically skin changes that happen during pregnancy. So many changes happen to your body when you get pregnant. And each pregnancy is different. I can attest to that because my experience with my first pregnancy was very different from my second pregnancy. So for first-time mommies who are currently pregnant now, at least you will be somewhat guided on what to expect. And for those of you who've already experienced pregnancy, at least after watching this video, you'll understand why these skin changes occur in the first place. Now, gender has nothing to do with it. Alam ko that a lot of people believe na pag girl daw yung anak mo, super ganda ng skin mo, and pag boy, it's the other way around. But for me, it was the opposite. When I was pregnant with my daughter, people were saying na, oh, siguro boy yung anak mo. Because at that time, I was experiencing acne breakouts and my neck darkened, my underarm darkened. So actually, it doesn't matter if boy or girl yung anak mo. It's really how your body responds to these changes and how your body reacts. Now, since I'm a dermatologist and skin is my expertise, we're going to focus on the skin changes that you will experience or you might experience when you get pregnant. These changes are divided into three categories. Number one are skin changes that we call physiologic. They happen because of changes that occur in your body when you're pregnant. Number two are changes in pre-existing conditions. The third category would be your new and pregnancy-specific skin conditions, which I will not be talking about today because I believe that they are better assessed and managed in clinic by your board-certified dermatologist. Now let's talk about the first category. First would be pigmentation. Now it is said that localized hyperpigmentation occurs in about 90% of pregnant women. And this can be explained by an increase in certain hormones like your estrogen, progesterone, and your melanocyte-stimulating hormones. Certain body parts such as your underarms, your inguinal area, your genitalia, your nipples, and even your existing scars can darken. In some, a dark line can form along the abdomen and this is called linea nigra. In my first pregnancy, nagkaroon ako nito, but in my second, as in wala. You may also notice new moles and freckles appearing during pregnancy and existing one darkening. And lastly, melasma can occur in about 50 to 70% of pregnant women. If you want to know more about melasma, I made a video about that and you guys can check it out. What can we do about these pigmentation issues? Actually, when you're pregnant, I don't recommend that you do anything about it. Number one, because most of them improve or resolve after giving birth. And number two, treatments that we give to treat pigmentation unfortunately cannot be used when you're pregnant. What you can do while you're pregnant is to avoid excessive and prolonged UV exposure and to apply sunscreen and also to avoid applying ingredients that might be irritating on your skin that can induce what we call post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. Next would be what we call your structural or connective tissue changes. So under this category falls your stretch marks and your molluscum fibrosum gravidarum or skin tags. Stretch marks appear in as much as 90% of pregnant women by the third trimester. They commonly appear in those with bigger babies, also in younger women, and those with higher body mass indices. And those who have existing stretch marks or those with family history of stretch marks are also more prone to having them. So, tanungin nyo na yung mga mommies nyo, mga lola nyo kung nagkaroon sila ng stretch marks nung nagbuntis sila. Usually, your stretch marks will appear on the abdomen kasi this is the area that gets bigger or stretches. But they can also appear on your breasts and on your buttocks. When I got pregnant with my daughter, wala akong na-experience na stretch marks. And I thought I was out of the woods. Akala ko, wow, swerte ko naman. Hindi ako nagkakaroon ng stretch marks. But with my second pregnancy with my son, 8.5 months, Stretch marks appeared, as in almost overnight, parang pagising ko na lang, wow, andyan na sila. Stretch marks initially appear as reddish to purplish atrophic lines, and fortunately, they fade gradually with time, turning whitish or silvery in color. They are said to form because of the lateral stress on our connective tissue as our abdomen gets bigger, and also due to increased glucocorticoid levels, which are said to sort of weaken the collagen and elastin in our skin. Now, stretch marks prevention is quite controversial. I'm going to talk about that as well as in-depth explanation of your treatment options on another video because it's quite lengthy. But for now, my advice to you, control your weight gain while you're pregnant and to moisturize regularly. Next connective tissue change should be your formation of your skin tags. So, skin tags are flesh-colored to brown, pedunculated papules that are benign. And they are commonly found on the neck, the underarms, under your breasts, or in your inner thighs and inguinal areas. They commonly appear pag nag-second trimester ka na, and most of them actually disappear or regress after giving birth. Again, I don't recommend that you do anything about it during pregnancy because one, they can go away, and number two, syempre you don't wanna do anything that is stressful or that can cause scarring kasi during pregnancy, iba talaga yung condition ng skin natin. However, if they're still there after giving birth and nababother ka talaga, we dermatologists can employ treatment to remove it, such as your electrocautery or your shave or scissor excision. Third change would be your vascular changes. One kind of vascular change na mapapansin nyo are what we call your spider telangiectasia. This is more commonly seen in patients with lighter skin type, usually on the first and second trimester. Most of them regress or nawawala sila after giving birth, while some naman persist. Treatment for persistent lesions is either via laser using your pulse dye laser or any vascular laser or cautery. Another vascular change is what we call palmar erythema or yung parang pamumula ng kamay due to increase in estrogen level, and there's nothing to worry about. It resolves after pregnancy. Now, yung third vascular change na na-experience ko on both my pregnancies is the appearance of varicosities. Due to the increase in blood volume, it causes our veins to sort of distend or get stretched. Ngayon, common areas of the body that develop varicosities would include your legs and your rectum. In addition to increased blood volume, specifically for varicose veins on the legs, your added weight and the abdominal pressure decreases blood flow to the legs. This explains why pag nagbubuntis tayo, naglalabasan yung mga varicose veins natin sa legs, and this also explains why a lot of pregnant women develop hemorrhoids. Now, if you're lucky, your varicose veins will resolve after pregnancy, pero unlike me, na may strong family history talaga kami, yung sa akin remained. And I had to have them treated with laser and sclerotherapy. The good thing is, there are things that we can do to minimize our varicose veins and hemorrhoids and to decrease the symptoms kasi they can really be quite uncomfortable, yung parang ngalay feeling. You can do leg elevation when possible, so when you're watching TV, you can put your leg on like a stool or something. Number two is to do ankle exercises. So, maybe 2 to 3 times a day when you're not really doing anything, just rotate your ankles for about 10 to 15 minutes. Number 3 is to avoid prolonged standing and prolonged sitting. And when you're sitting, to not cross your legs. Another thing you can do is to wear support stockings or compression stockings. And you can buy this from your drugstores. They usually come in 3 variants. They have the knee-high, the thigh-high, and the pantyhose. I personally prefer using the thigh-high because the pantyhose, although it offers more protection and support, medyo mahirap siyang ilagay, especially when you have a big belly already. Now, when it comes to hemorrhoids naman, I would advise that you avoid getting constipated by taking in a lot of fluids and by eating more fiber. Now we go to changes in your appendages, specifically your eccrine and your sebaceous glands. The most bothersome side effect of this change is the development or the appearance of acne lesions. Acne is a condition that occurs in your sebaceous or oil glands, and because of the increase in maternal hormones, which stimulates the activity of your oil glands, your acne lesions can worsen or you may develop that during pregnancy. Acne during pregnancy can range from being super mild to really bad. Again, as with all the other changes that occur, acne can actually resolve after giving birth. But the reason why we want to at least do something about it is because, of course, we don't want for your skin to scar. Now, a lot of the treatments that we dermatologists usually give for acne, bawal for pregnant women. They're not allowed. That's why, most especially if the lesions are mild, we tell our patients to wait it out. But of course, there are patients who experience severe breakouts, and we weigh the consequences of giving these treatments to them. If you want to know more about what you can use and what you can take when you're pregnant, please refer to my video on pregnancy skin, what products to use and what products to avoid, to know more about it. The fifth change that one might observe when pregnant is a change in hair and nails. The changes might be positive or negative, but for me, my hair grew thicker and my nails grew faster. This is because when you're pregnant, there's a shift in your hair cycle such that those in the telogen or falling hair phase decreases in number and frequency. So that's why kumakapal talaga yung hair mo, tapos lumalago siya when you're pregnant. When it comes to nails naman, my nails grew faster and they were stronger. However, some women experience the opposite. They may develop brittle nails, they may have those white streaks on the nails. But the good news again is, everything returns back to normal after giving birth. And finally, another thing that I experienced when I got pregnant with my first baby was having dry and itchy skin on my abdomen. This is understandable because as your baby grows, the skin on your abdomen stretches and it tightens, and sometimes it really makes it dry and itchy. There are ways to minimize these symptoms. It's by using mild soap or mild cleanser when bathing, and by applying emollients liberally. The sensation of itchiness and dryness is normal. However, if it's associated with appearance of rashes, or it affects other areas of the body, or it's accompanied by other symptoms such as nausea, vomiting, headaches, etc., make sure to contact your primary physician, your OBGYN, or you see your dermatologist for further assessment and proper management. Now we go to pregnancy changes in pre-existing conditions. Changes in your pre-existing condition can actually be positive or negative. Some patients experience improvements while others experience worsening. Ako personally, my allergic rhinitis really became worse such that I had to take antihistamines from the second trimester up to a year after giving birth. It is said that patients with skin asthma or atopic dermatitis may either experience a worsening or an improvement of their symptoms. Patients who are said to have psoriasis usually experience improvement. Those with fungal infection may experience prolonged treatment times, and those with existing viral warts may actually experience an exacerbation or an increase in the number of lesions. So now that you know all the pregnancy skin changes that you can expect to have, what can we do about it? Since most of them are due to hormonal changes that pregnant women experience, expect that after giving birth, everything will go back to normal. Now, some of you might be wondering, ano bang pwede kong gawin, Doc, dun sa mga natira, like my stretch marks, pigmentation? Don't worry. We dermatologists have a lot of treatments that we can offer to return your skin or bring them back to its normal state. What is important is that while you're pregnant, you manage the symptoms properly, by asking the help of your OBGYN and your dermatologist. You eat a healthy or balanced diet, you drink enough fluids, you get restful sleep, and you minimize stress in your life. Because what you do, whatever you take, whatever you expose yourself to, may affect your baby. Always stick to your regular skincare routine. Remember the basics. I always say this. Clean with a gentle cleanser, exfoliate, moisturize, and use sun protection. When it comes to skincare products, most over-the-counter ones are safe naman for pregnant women. Pero, I always tell my patients, if you're not sure, wag na lang. And if hindi naman kailangan, wag na lang. And when in doubt, do not hesitate to consult your OBGYN or your dermatologist just to be on the safe side. So that ends my video. I hope that I was able to explain why you're experiencing such skin changes while you're pregnant. And I hope that you enjoy this special period in your life. Before I finally say goodbye, as usual, at the end of every video that I make, if you like this and you appreciate it, please don't forget to click the like and the subscribe. And I hope to see you guys again soon. Bye!